Hey bro, do you tech house, bro? You got your black snapback, bro? You got your black low cut V, bro? Hey bro, are you ready to tech house? Let's tech house, bro. Johnny Fontana, half amazing TV, half amazing discussions, and we are back. And this time, I got some of that good tech house, bro. Now, before we get started, man, I want to let you in on a little secret. That if you subscribe to my channel, that if you're part of this movement, this half amazing movement, you're something special, man, right? Cause this is real. What I'm about to show you and have you listen to is something that you will not get anywhere else on the internet. Cause we are half amazing. Forget about what you heard. Forget about what you know. You started from scratch. We are half amazing. I've been getting a lot of emails from a lot of DJs. It's kind of sad. Say, Johnny, I love your music, I love your tutorials, but I can't play that kind of style because the DJ, they say that, oh no, you can't play that style, you have to play dark stuff, and you gotta play techno, and you gotta play this and that. It's like, man, don't worry about what these other guys play. You do you. You play what you want to play. Because you know what? These guys, they don't last. Because they're all about the genres. Whatever's in today, they'll play. Whatever's in tomorrow, they'll play. We about the music. So in this tutorial, I'm going to actually show you how to listen to music. How to listen to tech house. Right? And when we talk about tech house, you have to understand the elements of house music to begin with. Because it's not techno house, it's tech house, which means that it's got some elements of tech and all of house. So if the house part is not in it, then it's not tech house. Remember that. If the house part is not in it, it's not tech house. Now, let's get started. I have a lot of folders when it comes to tech house. All right, I have 7 folders, as you can see. I have new tech, slow tech, percussive, groovy, melodic, which is a smaller room. I got the big groove, which is a big room, but it's not so melodic. Big melodic, tech progressive, which is sort of like progressive deep, and tech progressive trancey, right? So you have the slow, the tech progressive slow, which is like a deeper, slower, and you also have the tech progressive trancey, right? Now, don't get caught up in this whole thing about, oh Johnny, I don't know where to put my music because it all sounds the same, and I put it in this folder, but I'm thinking maybe I should put it. Relax, calm down. Just like a DJ said, like, you know how I say, right? Relax. It's gonna be okay. The thing about tech house that a lot of people don't understand is that tech house has been invaded by sounds that can relate to progressive, to techno, to trance. I mean, it's all mixed in there. So you have different people, remember, from different areas. So originally, if my memory and history serves me correct, when it came to tech house, it basically started off with a lot of the mechanical, the sort of technological machinery sounds that they fused in with house. But a lot of that came from Europe, all right? Because of the influences of, the the progressive house, and the trance and so forth. So now you have a lot of guys that actually have taken the trance styles and created and meshed it with house. They've also now taken the techie elements and they've meshed it with house. So that's why you have this tech house. You have this progressive deep tech, where it's not full on progressive house, but it's like a smaller version. It's slower. Then you have the new tech, which is the techie version of a new disco, right? So I'm gonna go all into everything, and I'm gonna teach you how to listen to music. That's the best part about tech house, because tech house, it's not so busy, because it's not like funky or vocal house where it's got so much percussion and all that kind of stuff. It's got, it's busy, but it's progressive in a way that it likes to open up. And then it gives you the opportunity to listen and to hear the different sounds. That's why when you're on drugs and you're high, or like you're drinking, like I just had a couple bottles of tequila, like you really understand and really feel the groove, right? No, I'm playing. I didn't have a couple bottles of tequila. I had about 8 shots. That's how you do it, straight up tequila gold. Jose Cuervo. So let's start off with the new tech. But before we get involved into the new tech, I'm going to have you listen to what the new disco sounds like. Because there's a lot of confusion as to what new disco sounds like. All right, so let's get into the new disco. You ready? All right, let's go. Right? This is not tropical house. All right? A lot of people who try to tell you this is tropical house, this has nothing to do with tropical house. Listen to how the song develops. This tutorial is going to be kind of long, because we're going to really go in depth and listen to how the music develops. You know what I'm saying? So be patient, man. Like I said, nowhere on the internet, no other DJ, coach, or school is gonna teach you what I teach you. You're half amazing, I'm half amazing, half amazing TV. Let's go. Oh, and by the way, for you guys that like it real dirty, and you like it real gutter and dark, I got some of that stuff for you too, but you have to wait, right? Because it's like a DJ set, right? You don't start off a DJ set at 10 p.m., right, with dark underground sounds. I know some of you like it really dark and underground. You like to be in your basements with your dirty socks and your dirty underwear in that sticky basement. I know some of you. But we have women here, right? We got people here. We have to, show them what the music's all about. All right? That's just one version right there. Let's go for another one. Now, like I was saying before, when it comes to tech house, you have all types of shades. You have it from the tropical stuff, vocal stuff, to the underground, to the after hours stuff. But a lot of DJs right now, they're playing all their after hour stuff at 10 p.m. Or when you have all these festivals, so people are playing after hour stuff at 4, 3, even 12 p.m. in the afternoon, which doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm gonna do this like it's a set. All right, I'm gonna start off with the slow stuff. Then I'm gonna go to the big room and then to the after hour stuff. Okay, like I said before, you're not gonna get this anywhere else. Johnny Fontana, Half Amazing TV. Let's go. Listen. This, everybody, is new disco. Yeah. All right, we'll go one more. This is
Come on. Get up.
a good track by Ten Snake.
Come. Get up.
It's the remix of My House by Hercules and Love Affair.
Get up.
My heart is now in a higher
It's vocal.
free from your hands. I have my own space.
This is not tropical house. This is new disco. What sets this apart from the new tech is the bass line and the techie elements. Alright? So now you have an idea of what new disco sounds like. Let's get into new tech. Alright? New tech is part of the tech house, my tech house folder. Let's get into that, all right? Let's go. Now, what sets apart new tech from new disco, like I said, is the actual techie elements and the bass line. Oh, I know you know this track right here, right? This is the remix though. Exclusive. Grease 2000. I know you want it. If you want this track right now, email me right now. info@boothridertv.com. It's down below. I'll send it to you right away. I'm not playing around, man. You ain't gonna get this anywhere else. You talk about drops? Yo, Tech House, we drop. That's that new tech right there. Right? See how it's building up? Understand how it's building up. We're not gonna go too much into it, but I just want you to hear the elements, how it opens up. Watch. You hear the techie elements here? It was different from the new disco, right? All right. Let's go for another one. Now you hear that? Beep, beep. It's the same thing. Bass line, techie. Whenever you hear this, beep, 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 and you hear all the effects, and you just got that house groove, it's tech house. But this right here is new tech. So it's more indie. It's not all of it is house. Most of it is indie. But it's just new tech. See what I'm saying right here? You got the percussion. Listen to your music. Listen to your music. Alright, we'll move it up a little bit. You hear that bass, right? Alright. One more. A blue tech. Hear the guitar. Now the vocals actually come in on this as well. That's sexy right there. I mean, you can actually play this after hours, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're taking it down. Or you can play it at the beach, you can play it open and set, right? But it's that good feel stuff, all right? All right, so now we're gonna get into the actual slow tech, okay? Which is sort of indie again, but it's different. It's not new tech, okay? It's not a new tech. It doesn't have any new disco influence. It's basically like, slow tech is like tech, like indie, all right? You'll get to understand for it. Listen. It's like a deep sort of, like a deep tech, deep house, right? It's deep tech. It's not deep house, all right? It's deep tech. And now you see the bass line. The bass line is not so techy. It's not so electronic, right? It's a little bit more. It sounds a little bit more humanized, right? But how you can tell it's tech though, right? Because you hear the effects. It just sounds more futuristic, but it still has that house, right? But when you can do the rock like this, right? When you get that groove, then you know it's actually now. This actually has vocals in it as well. A lot of you guys talk about, oh, if there's vocal, it's commercial. Where are you gonna hear this on the radio? Like, stop with your nonsense. That's what I'm saying. See? Don't listen to any of these guys. This is sexy. Look at that. Come on, bro. You gotta understand music, man. Woo! When would you play this? Tell me. You tell me, when do you think you would play this? Right? You gotta understand how to pair your music. Sexy, right? Alright, we'll go for another one. That deep tech. Hear all the effects. Listen to the music. Remember that this is all like open and set stuff right here. Alright? It's not at 10 p.m. It's not at 12 p.m. 12 p.m., man, you want to like start rocking it, okay? Because a lot of guys are playing like this really slow 119 BPM at 10 p.m. I mean, at 12 p.m., right? At 1 a.m., when people are supposed to be like really grooving, you know, like really like going hard. It's supposed to be a nice little elevation. People don't dance nowadays. That's one of the problems, man. People just don't know how to dance. So they've got to just... Listen, there is a time and place for that 2-finger salute. Again, you feel it? See how like you have so many different elements in there? Right? You got that little atmosphere right there. You can tell it's just futuristic. But you can tell it's deep, right? It's got the deep elements, it's got the housey elements, but it's also got the techie. That's why it's deep tech. Deep tech house, if you want to call it. Right? All right. So now we're actually moving on now to the small room. Now, again, when I understand what I mean, understand when I explain to you that don't be so worried about, oh, I put one song in that folder, but it doesn't sound like that. Right now, like I said, there's so much fusing happening. So a lot of this stuff can be indie, which means that it's indie, which means that there's no style to it. It's just a fusion of like sounds. So it's independent of a genre. Or indie. It's basically indie. It's independent of a genre. Especially when it comes to dance music. I know indie can have different, relative definitions. But when it comes to dance music, indie is basically just meaning that it's independent of like the genres. You know what I'm saying? It's got its own sound. So some of this stuff may... I'll give you an example. I'm not gonna concentrate too much on those sounds, but I'll give you a couple just so that you have an understanding. Okay. But like I said, don't be so caught up in like, oh man, I didn't put it in the right one. Just whatever you feel that you are going to be able to remember and go into your little folders. Okay. Don't worry about this whole thing about, oh, I misplaced it. No, if you can remember as you're doing it, and you can pair other music and put them together in that folder, then you're fine, all right? But you have to be able to listen to music and so forth. All right, so now. This is fucking tech house right here, bro. I'm sorry. Did I curse? I'm sorry. Pardon my Spanish. Let me speak Italian. This is fucking tech house right here, bro. So now we're gonna listen to the music. See that effect right there? Not effect, but the synth or the pad. See? All that. That's not human. That's very machine. Electronic. Now you got that funk right there. Yeah. Ain't it funky? Yeah. It's house, y'all. Ain't it funky? Woo! Yeah. Ain't it funky? It's house, y'all. Where the beat at? It's house, y'all. Ain't it funky? Now you see what I'm saying, right? Because you can move that groove. Now this is where you get ahead and bring out the 2-finger salute, man. And you stick it in there. Yeah, and it funky. All right, so we're having fun with that, right? But you get that there, right? Let me give you another one. Again, you hear the percussion, you hear that groove, but you see how I'm moving, right? Going back and forth, I'm swinging. That's that groove, that's that house. When they talk about the feeling, it's a feeling. It's not you just come in, you haven't done your research, you don't really understand what house music is, and you just come in and you say, oh yeah, that's house music, that's tech house. Nah, man, like you really have to know. Listen, because the reason why this tutorial is longer, because I want you to feel and understand. You see? That's all tech right there. Mixed with house. Yeah. Watch when that bass kicks in. Yeah! We're doing it live! Come on! In-house. Come on! I'll move it up a little bit more. See? That's that funk, that house, right? Very electronic. Got that piano in there, right? It's a staple to house music, man. Gotta got that piano in there. Right? Here's another one right here. This right now can be indie. This right here comes from, I forget the country this guy is from. He's one of my favorite tech house artists, but melodic tech house, right? But he's very indie though, like, and this sound right here came out around 2007, 2008. But not too many artists follow this. It's very indie. Well, there are a few from that same area. So it's like a sort of like a house, but it's like indie though, because it's not really a house, because people that are familiar with house won't recognize this. So if you can't recognize it, then it's not really a house like that, right? But you can stick it into the house. But this guy is awesome, like the way he puts his music together and everything is like just, you hear all the effects. That's all like techie stuff, right? All right, I'll give you one more. This is more of like one of the groovy stuff, right? I know this is some of the stuff that you like. A lot, and this is also, this sound is very tech house sound, like this, where it's just this, the beat and the percussion, and they call it tech house. Bro, it's not tech house. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I'm from New York City, man. All right? I've been around the world. I lived in 7 different countries. I do my research. I study every day. I'm telling you. You gotta believe me when I talk to you. Alright? No one has done the amount of research on so many different sounds that like I have. You have people that specialize in techno, specialize in tribal, specialize in deep house, specialize in trance, specialize in future house, specialize in EDM and Latin house, but very few can do all and have folders like I have and understand and do the research. So listen up. All right. Now you understand what I mean by now. You got that house. By watch when it opens up now. All the tech house elements are gonna come in. And they may not. And if it doesn't come in, then guess what? It's not tech house, it's just house. Right now, it's only house right now. It's only house right now. Now, this is what becomes the tech house. All this stuff, all the effects now, that's what creates the tech house. Right? Very machine, technology, all that stuff. That's what creates the tech house. Because the regular house, you don't have this. Regular house, you just have percussion, the beat, the bass, you know, some effects, but not too much. All this right here, that's when you get that two-finger salute. You gotta get the head right. Yo, this is Tech House, y'all. Come on. Woo! All right, so you got that on that, right? All right, so now, but then again, there's more. Like, there's even more. Let me give you one more example, all right? There's even more than that. Let me give you this one right here. This one has some what do you call it again? Minimal. Come on. You hear all the different elements? Because when it's house, people, you gotta realize, man, house is a feeling. You get it into your body. House is not just standing around and just, no. Like, if that's what you're doing, then it's not fucking house, man. I'm sorry. Because y'all cats coming, not y'all, but a lot of cats coming in and they're trying to dictate what a house is, but they haven't even done their research. They haven't even come from the beginning. They come right here. And then, oh, this is house. Nah. You haven't talked to me yet? You don't know what you're talking about. I know I'm getting cocky right now. I'm sorry, man. But it's pissing me off, man. But let's have fun, though. Right? You gotta be, if it's house, you gotta be able to move and groove. You like that, right? Move and groove. Yeah. Ain't it funky? Move and groove. I know I'm getting stupid, man. But you gotta feel it, man. Because a lot of people say, man, I enjoy your passion. I enjoy, you know. This is what it's all about, man. Like, this is the feeling. That's what I want you to understand. This is the feeling when it comes to house music. This is not techno merged with house. A lot of people saying, oh, the tech house is merging with house music, so therefore you don't know what the difference is. Bull-ish. Those are the people that want to make you believe something that is not true. House music started where? New York, Chicago, right? It started by who? Black, Latin, and the gays. Latinos, black, and the gays. Blacks and Latinos have movement. Latinos like salsa, merengue, and all that stuff. Do you see the Latinos and the black people just... Where do you see black people at EDM concerts or techno concerts? Where do you really see them there? Right? They love their vocals, they love their music, their gospel, their soul, the feeling. They love to dance. Right? This is where it started from. So if you now just have this music where it's just like, there's no soul, there's no feeling, there's no like groove and like, you know, there's no elements of the history of disco and and vibe, then what are we doing? Right? We don't just come in and just redefine music because if you want it, whatever you want to have, that's fine, but you just redefine it and you call it something else. All right. Now we're moving into the big groove and funk now. Like, this is that big stuff right here. All right? Like, are you ready for it, man? Like, we have a lot of different stuff that's coming here. Are you ready for this? Let's go. Yo, again, this is another one of my favorite artists. This is very indie right here. It's house, but you don't hear too many stuff like this. Because it never really became popular. But it's fine though, it's okay. Because remember, because we're half amazing, right? We don't want everyone listening to and knowing exactly what we play. That's what makes DJs special. Stop telling people, oh, you need to give up your playlist because we on. Well, listen, there's so much music out there. People can go and do their own research. If you find some stuff that's for you, keep it to yourself. Yeah, you can share with your friends, but you don't have to share with the whole world. Create your own identity. Make people come to you because they're like, oh, I want to know. Like, what do you think businesses do? You think businesses just give away their secrets? Do you think Apple gives away all its secrets? Or it does things so that it makes you come to them, only them. Okay? Think like a business. That's that funk. See, the thing about it is that this stuff right here wasn't exposed to people in America and stuff like that. It not a lot of it hasn't. So that's why black people, Latinos, they don't really understand this because it's mostly in Europe, and it was never popular. A lot of it was just underground. That's what house was, underground. But remember, the house music has become so big now that everyone from all parts of the world, all four corners, not even corners, but all four, you know what I'm saying, all four corners of the world are making music. So what someone is making in Sweden, it may not hit America, right? Because there's just so much music. All right, let's go. That's that, like that dirty stuff right here. That's when you bring out that 2-finger. Now you don't pop it yet. You don't pop it yet. You just keep it cocked right here. Don't pop it yet. Just keep it cocked. You already got that bass, so you already know what's coming. See, that's the difference between like the techno. I'm gonna give you a track that's techno right now, or that people consider techno. All right, so you hear all the techie elements coming in, along with the okay. It's not too much, but it's still tech house though. It's not so much tech house yet, but watch how it evolves into tech house. All right. So again, you say, well, is that tech house? Is it not? That's what this one could be borderline. You can, but it's got, for me, it's got the elements. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of it is fusion. So sometimes you can be like, oh, well, where do I put this? Is it tech house? Is it not tech house? All that right there. All right, that's just the tech elements, man. You just put it in the tech house, man, and just put it in the tech house and just walk away. Say fuck it. I'm telling you, man. You sometimes you just gotta do that. Tech house and walk away. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now here's one which is not. This is what's playing right now, which is not tech house. Okay. All right. This is not tech house. People think it is, but remember the groove. It's a very rolling groove. I don't know if it's techno or not, but some people call the style techno. I don't want to say for sure, but I know for a fact that it's not tech house because you can't groove to it. Listen. Right here it is, but watch when that rolling. A lot of people call this techno. I don't know if it's techno or not, but it's not tech house, bro. Like it's just rolling. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just too like straight. Like you can't really like what are you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Cause remember, when you think about it, you gotta think as a dancer. When you DJ, you gotta think of the dancers. Okay, now how is this gonna work? It's too fast for dancing, man. And the bass just goes, and it's just. Don't get me wrong, it's a hot track, right? I'll play it, but it's just one of those like you can't really like really work it. You can't. It's just a straight. You know what I'm saying? Just straight back and forth. It's like more like not would say after hours, but peak hour going towards down to the after hours. You know what I'm saying? All right. It's another tech house right here. See, right here you can you can really feel it, you know what I'm saying? Like you could just you can go places with this right here. Just listen. Woo! Feel that. This is tech house. This right here is tech house too. But you see how it's got that dip? Compared to the other one before, where we're just straight rolling. It's got that percussion, it's got everything in there. Watch how it breaks down. So you got all that right there. Wait for it to drop, then we'll move on. This is not progressive house neither. It's not big enough. Alright, now that was all the groovy stuff, alright? Non-melodic. Now let's get into the actual big melodic groove. Alright? This is house. You hear the percussion? See how it's got that dip? See, that's that feeling, it's that groove, man. It's like an urban soul, you know what I'm saying? That like you just don't get from anywhere, man. All right, move it up a little bit. Even though it's rolling, and this one's got vocals on there. It's got singing. All right, let's move it up a little bit more. This is not progressive though. You hear the watch the vocals.
If the sun don't rise tomorrow,
So that's that after hours, man. When the sun is coming up, after like you beat them and beat them and beat them and beat them, you gotta give them a little break, man. You can't always be on some dark, sweaty basement stuff, man. Keep your stinky socks and your underwears, man. Keep them downstairs in the basement. Let the sun come out, man. You know? This is tech house. Alright. Now this one is gonna confuse you now. Because they're gonna be like, yo, is this trance? And not only that, it's got some vocals in there too. Be like, yo, is that Japanese? Is that German? Is that Russian? Is that Spanish? Is that Chinese? So you hear that groove, right? That feeling, you see the feeling, right, with me? You gotta be that move. Move it up a little bit more. Let it drop. So you're probably thinking, oh, this is trance. Remember, see how you got all these stuff that's fused. Right now, if it stayed like this, it would have been trance. But watch what happens that makes it house. Bam, People think it's trance. This is not trance. Cause it's too groovy. Listen to the vocals. Listen to the vocals. That was not Chinese, man. Let me just let it break down one time. You hear that? Boom, boom, boom. All that tech stuff. This right here could pass for trance right now. But when it breaks down again, when the beat drops, it's house.
L'evoluzione è un processo imperfetto e spesso violento. La morale perde significato. La lotta fra il bene e il male si riduce a una scelta elementare. Sopravvivere.
What is that? What is that? Italy! Italiano, stand up! See how it's not trance, but it's got that tech house. See, because you can be smooth with it right here. You can glide. Italy, where you at, baby? Alright, we're going for another one. Now this one's a tough one right here now. This is classic meets tech. Classic house meets tech. I'm gonna move it up a little bit more. See, because that bass line right there is not really techy, it's not electronic, right? You can get that from an actual bass guitar. I know a lot of guys that actually create their own basses, right?
House music.
Right? I didn't say that. Did you hear me say that? No, it's from the song. Watch now how it becomes tech house. Woo! Where is that coming from? Whoa.
This is house music.
Whoa, 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 whoa. See how that
House music. It's more than house music. It's a move.
it's tech house. Because it's got all that extra
House music.
atmospheric stuff. Whenever you got the atmospheric stuff, tech house. Techie. It's not techno. It's not full on tech. It's tech influence with house. Got it? Get it?
This is house music.
Good. Alright. This one's gonna confuse you. Because you're like, what the heck is this? It's house. It's melodic tech house. It's got some minimal influence in there. But it's got that groove, that feeling. See? I got that swing, got that rock. Move it up a little bit. What's that right there? All the effects mixed with the groovy house. It's tech house, y'all. Learn to listen to music. That groovy stuff right here. Ayo. Right? Where did this come from now? Where did this come from now? Like, whoa, oh. So I'm saying to you, like, it's confusing as. Like, it's a whole nother new track, right? Guitar now? What the heck? See? You thought it was gonna get big and like, no, man, it's just smooth. Tech house, y'all. All right, we're about done. I'm gonna give you just a couple more of the. Let me give you tech progressive slow. It's progressive deep. If you want to be honest, it's progressive deep. All right, it's progressive deep. It's not progressive house because it's too slow, and the sound is not yet. I'll give you progressive house, but see, it's progressive, but it's progressive deep. It's a little bit of, it's a deeper sound. See, well, you got all this stuff going and happening. See all that effects, all that. Another one. See right here? It's not so tough like a progressive. It's not so big room. Like you don't have to play this in a big room. You can play this in a small room. You see? That's why it's like it's very confusing because they take all the different sounds and they just merge it. See what I'm saying? See, it's slower. All right. Now this is what I call it tech progressive trance because again, it's very hard to define. It's not trance. I don't know if you want to call it trance. Because it doesn't sound like trance to me. It's good music. It's great music. Right? And that's the difference between the EDM and this stuff. Like this is the same thing, but it's just got a different sound. I don't have a problem with EDM. But this has a little bit more groovy tones to it, whereas the EDM is mostly like boom, 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 boom. This has a drop too. Look, watch. Listen. Right, it's just not trance. I don't know. I don't think it's trance. Some people call it trance. I don't think it's trance. So, but I put trances because it's like progressive trancey. You know, maybe it is trance, maybe it's a new version of trance, right? Maybe, I don't know. But I'll give you an example of progressive big room now, which is different than progressive house. This is like a progressive big room. Okay, okay, check it out. That's what you get with the EDM stuff. We're not gonna get into the progressive house tonight, but I'm just giving you an example, right, of what real progressive big room sounds like. The progressive big room that you hear is in EDM. It's just not progressive big room. Watch when it drops. See? Got that groove. Now this one, check this one out right here. Same thing. People want to call it tribal. It's not tribal because it's got too many elements. Watch when it breaks down. Right, this is not tribal. It's got tribal elements. So watch when it drops. It doesn't drop like an EDM track. It's got that groove. Cause you can still dance to this, man, you know? It's got that groove. See, it's got that groove right there. Alright, but that's progressive big groove. I'm gonna shut it down for tonight. I think you've had enough, man. This was a long one, man. This is probably my longest tutorial, man. So I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you really got out of this what I hoped, which is that there's so many different influences right now when it comes to dance music that people are also coming in to the middle. Like, they don't do their research. Like, they haven't done their research. And, like, let's say you take, like, a 21-year-old, right? Really, dance music has been around since, like, the early 80s, right? So that's where you're at 2000. We're 2016 now, right? 1980. You're looking at what, 30 years? 1986, right? You're looking at 30 years. So if you're 21 now, all you have to do is go back 10 years, right? 10 years to where before you were born and do that research. But a lot of guys are not even doing that. They don't even know all the other guys are coming into the middle, and now they think, oh, this is what these other people say it is, so I'm going to redefine it and call it whatever. Like Tropical House comes out and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about Tropical House, but what I'm saying to you is that people are just naming stuff and just coming and creating new sounds. And the reason why is because you have so many different elements now. People from different backgrounds. I keep telling you that, man. Are just making music, which is it's a good thing. At the end of the day, it's a good thing. But you need to make sure that you're preserving the culture. Tropical house doesn't really have a culture, doesn't really have a following. Yeah, people enjoy it, but it doesn't really have according to dance music standards, it doesn't have, it's not an official subgenre, in my opinion. Okay? It's not an official subgenre. It's a subgenre, it's listed, but it hasn't stood the test of time. That's what I mean, okay? Like, not like deep house, not like, Latin house, or, tribal, or progressive house, funky house, disco house, whatever. It hasn't really stood, tech house has stood, the time. And it all evolves too. It all evolves, new people, different sounds, which all gonna evolve, but you always, if you listen to music, right? That's what I did today. If you listen to music, you understand and you can hear, the actual the bass of the music, and you say, yeah, that's where it belongs. And then all the other stuff can come in. We can influence, we can live together, we can, do what we need to do, but we need to make sure that we secure and we maintain, the basis from all of it. So you can't have like a techno track and people calling it house. It's just people trying to do that now. Oh, tech house and techno merge, and nah, man, because a lot of people that love techno don't go to strictly house parties. A lot of people that like techno won't go to a soulful house party. People that like house music will go to an all black, all soulful, all jazzy house party. Not everyone, but there's a good chance that you'll enjoy that stuff. And a lot of the house people won't go to techno. That's just how it is. So we're two different cultures. There's nothing wrong with either. It's just separate. We live in the same house, but we just don't sleep on the same bed, right? So anyway, I hope this was fun, man. I hope you got a lot out of it. Remember, when you play sets accordingly. I know it's difficult when you're playing these day events. You end up playing, but just try your best, man, because it's very disheartening to see people playing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, playing music that they should be playing at like 3 in the morning. Like, it's really dark. It's like, smells like your stinky underwear, right? And it's like people that are good. It's under the sun. They're trying to have a good time, and you're playing like this really deep and like dark stuff. That just doesn't belong there, man. But anyway, we're half amazing. Johnny Fontana. We out.